Okay, buen día. I just wanted to take a few minutes to go through some of the activities in our textbook for our online course so I can clarify some instructions. There seems to be a little confusion on how to adapt the instructions to our asynchronous online course. Just real quick, asynchronous does mean, again, that we won't meet as an entire class, but that doesn't mean you can't work together. So if you would like to, it's not a requirement to reach out to some friends in class and work together, excuse me. That is totally fine, again, but if not, again, no requirement to do so, but I'd like to go through some of the activities, especially ones where it says with 2 or 3 classmates or with a friend from class. Do this exercise, how you can do it on your own, okay? In our video tour of the textbook, we talked about this activity, where Actividad 1.6, where it says talking about building a conversation or a dialogue with other people. In this case, as we said before, just go ahead and write out the dialogue as if there were other people. So you might say, you write me and say buenos dias, and might write me amigo says ¿cómo estás? And then you would say muy bien or something like that, and just work your way through it. So you would write a short dialogue with the different parties in the dialogue. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay. I'll go through here with some other activities one by one to give hints on that. Okay, for this activity where it's talking about un amigo virtual, it asks you to exchange a text. This doesn't have to be with someone from the class. Again, if you want to type out the text on your own, but if you know somebody who speaks Spanish, they don't have to be with you in person. You can send texts back and forth. When you do that, it's asking you to upload a screenshot. The text may not allow that. So what I've done is, in the module under the En Clase en Casa, I added a place for you to upload the screenshot. So all you need to do is click on this activity and then upload your screenshot. And that'll be the case if there are assignments that ask for screenshots in the future. I'll just add a space in Canvas for those to be uploaded. Okay? Okay, for this activity, Actividad 1.9, ¿cómo se dice? How do you say? It's talking about naming different things in the classroom or in your backpack in Spanish. So again, all you need to do, what I could suggest, is use the information here on Google Translate and other things and look up words in your apartment or your room and in your backpack and put them in there. It's a simple vocabulary activity. Okay. For Actividad 1.10, ¿cómo se escribe tu nombre? It's asking you to work in groups to spell each other's names. So what I would recommend here, if you're not working in a group, just to practice spelling. And again, this you would do on your own. You could spell your name, obviously, but also maybe some friends or family names, okay? Just people you know. As you type the letters, maybe practice, no? For example, if I were going to write my family's names, I would say Ben, B-E-N, Caleb, C-A-L-E-B, okay, etc. Okay, for Actividad 1.11, this one you can do on your own. You're just listening to what the files say and then you spell them out. Okay, for this activity, bingo in Español, There really isn't a substitute, so unless you want to try and play it with some friends, we had some students on campus play it in their dorm. They were in an online class. You could try and play bingo in Espanol, making up your own cards. If not, just go ahead and skip this activity. We've tried in the past with online classes to hold a webinar in Zoom and play it together, but since this is asynchronous, it will be a little bit hard to do. So just for the time being, go ahead and skip this unless you'd like to try and play with some friends. Okay, for this activity, you're just working on your own to share words of what's in your mochila, your backpack, and what's on your desk. Okay, for this telling time activity, actividad 1.16, ¿qué hora es? It says practice with a partner to talk about the classes, what time your classes start. So just pretend like we did in our conversation building one where you have the dialogue that you are being asked, ¿a qué hora es? O ¿a qué hora es la clase de? Of course, if you have online classes, you're just going to make up times. So, ¿a qué hora es tu clase de español? A las 12:30 o es a las 12:30. Just make up different things for different times. You won't need to have someone ask. You just pretend that someone asked you the question, ¿a qué hora es? And go through all of your classes. Again, if you're an all online student, just tell me what time you might work on that class each day. Okay? Okay, when working with this activity, actividad 1.17, ¿cuándo? When do you have your classes? ¿Cuándo tienes la clase de español? We're just looking for days of the week. So pretend that someone has asked you this question for each of the different courses here, or another class. So the previous activity I just commented on was working with the times, and on this one you're just saying the days. Again, you could make them up if you're an all online student. Okay, so ¿cuándo tienes la clase de español? Los martes y jueves. ¿Cuándo tienes el laboratorio de biología? Los lunes. Something like that, okay? And go through your different classes, especially if they're not the ones that you have here. Okay, I hope this helped in figuring out how to adapt working when it tells you to work with a friend or classmate. Again, just try and be creative as you do it. Since we're stopped here on the quiz page, I will announce that when you get to the quizzes, there is only one attempt allowed. The quizzes only have 4 sections, 4 parts. There's a listening comprehension part, a question and answer part where you hear a question, you write the answers. Then there's a writing part where you just write some simple things that we've learned. In this case, I believe it's a conversation that you have. And then a simple reading part. So there are only 4 sections to it. If for some reason you have technical difficulties, please let me know. Okay, I'm always available for preguntas. Adiós.